Hello, welcome back. In the past few tutorials, we have covered how we can make use of Spring AI in order to interact with the different LLM providers. Also, we covered how we can make use of MCP in order to create the MCP servers and clients using Spring AI. So while we were writing those articles and recording the video tutorials at that time, the version of Spring AI which was available was 1.0.0 milestone 6, and recently Spring team has introduced the milestone 7 version as well. And under the hood, a lot of things has changed, due to which we thought we can make a video. If you are working with milestone 7 version, then that will be useful. In this video, we will specifically focus on what all changes that has been introduced related to artifacts, as well as few changes related to MCP. So coming to the first change, which is related to the artifact IDs. So if you see here, we have the different model starters if we are working with different LLM providers like OpenAI, Claude, or Google Gemini. So earlier, this is how the artifact ID used to look like. For example, Spring AI hyphen the provider name hyphen Spring Boot starter. So for OpenAI, this is how it used to look like: Spring AI OpenAI starter Spring Boot starter. Now this has changed to something like this: Spring AI starter model and the name of the provider. For example, for OpenAI, it will look Spring AI starter model OpenAI. Same is the case with cloud and all the different LLM providers that we have. So we need to make sure that if we are working with milestone 7 version or higher, these are the artifact IDs that we have to make use of. Now same is the case with the MCP starters. So if we have to create the MCP server or client, this is how the earlier artifact ID used to look like: Spring AI MCP server Spring Boot starter. But now this is how it will look like: Spring AI starter MCP server. Same is the case for MCP client. So these were the certain changes related to the starter artifacts that has been changed with version milestone 7 or version 1.0.0. Now there is one more point. If we are working with Spring MCP client, what we used to do, we used to register the tool callback provider while creating the chat client. This is nothing but tool callback provider contains the list of tools from our MCP server, and we used to register those with the chat client. And how we used to do while creating the chat client, we were getting the reference of tool callback provider bean, and we used to provide this. But now, if we are working on milestone 7 version, and when we start our application, at that time we will get an error stating tool callback provider bean not found. Now the solution for this problem is very simple. All we have to do is we have to add one property inside our application properties or YML file, application YML file, which is spring.ai.mcp client tool callback.enabled equals to true. Once we have added this property, then we are good, and when we start our application, we won't get any error related to tool callback provider. So these were some of the list of changes that were related to what all things we have covered till now. But there are a lot of other things that have changed, like the package structure and so on. So you can find the full list of changes inside the official guide created by the Spring team. You can visit and see what all changes have been introduced. Also, Spring team has created one prompt which will help you to upgrade your project from the lower versions of Spring AI to the milestone 7 version. So you can do this with the help of Cloud Code CLI tool, and this is the prompt which is created by Spring AI team. And with the help of this prompt, you can basically upgrade your project to the milestone 7 version. So these are the links which might be useful. Also, what all articles we have written till date related to Spring AI, we and the related code we have upgraded those to milestone 7 version, and the source code for each of the example is uploaded on GitHub. So if you are working on milestone 7 version, then you can also check those examples that we have covered in our blogs and video tutorials. Yeah, so that's all from my end. Thank you.